Okay, 24 and 26 of 2.1 in the college algebra book. We're supposed to find midpoints here. So just so you understand what's going on, I'm going to sketch where these points are. So if you're at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and then another point's at negative 2, negative 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and negative 2 there. And if you think of that as a segment and you want to find the spot right in the middle, I'm hoping it makes some sense to you that you have to be halfway between in the x's, minus 2 and minus 5. You have to be halfway between. Now, to find halfway between a negative 5 and a negative 2, you can simply find the average. Negative 5 plus a negative 2 divided by 2. Add them up and divide by 2. Find the average. So that's negative 7 divided by 2. So you could say negative 7 halves or negative 3.5. Negative 1, 2, 3 and a half should be the right place for the midpoint in the x. Now the right place for the midpoint in the y would be halfway between negative 3 and negative 8. So we'd find the average of negative 3 and negative 8. Negative 3 plus negative 8 divided by 2. And addition don't matter which order you add them in, so that's negative 11 over 2, doesn't matter. This becomes negative 6.5. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So midpoint, you just average the x's, average the y's. So the midpoint on this one is negative 3.5, negative 6.5. On this one, negative 43 plus 23, getting the average of those, that'll have to be negative 20 divided by 2. And 17 and negative 34, that adds up to be negative 17 divided by 2. So the midpoint's at negative 10 and negative 8.5. 17 divided by 2. You could have left it this way, might leave it that way, or you might have called it negative 8.5. That's how you find midpoints. Okay, now they're asking you use the calculator a little bit here. And let's see, which one was I going to do here? 49 was asked about. How do you type that into the calculator? And how do you find when x is 0? So I'm going to pull out a calculator. And to graph something on a calculator, you need to type an equation in. And so they're saying y1. That's under the y equal button. And so I want to type this in. Now, if you got an older style, you'd have to type the numerator. Since it's got two pieces together, we have to put a parenthesis 3, and the x button is right here. X subtract 8 divided by, now the 4 is simple, so I don't need to put it behind parentheses, but if it had some plus some things or whatever, I'd have to put it in parentheses. 4. Now, if I go zoom 6, it'll graph that line. And it looks like the y-intercept is negative 2 and the x-intercept is about 2.5 or so. But how can I find out values? So I can go to calculate, second, calculate the value of the function, and I now can enter whatever x value I want and find the y value. So I think that about 2.5 is 0. I'm going to put in 2.5, and it says, no, it's a little too far over. It's down, so I need to go over further. 2.6, it says, it's still a little bit low. 2.7, I'm guessing, and it's now a little high. So it's somewhere between 2.6 and 2.7. But in this problem, they're asking when x is 0, which means we'd be on the y-axis, so we're finding the y-intercept. So I can just type in 0, enter, and it says -2 is the y-intercept on this. So once again, that was second calculate, and if I hit value by pressing enter, choose a value, then it'll allow me to keep adding, putting numbers in for x and finding the y values. And 0 will tell us the y-intercept. Okay? Now, there's one other way to, well, there's several other ways, but another way to get it would be to go second table set, and if you put it on ask for the independent variable, which is the x, then you can go second table, and I can delete what I've got in there, and I can put in whatever I want for x. So I can put in the 2, and I can put in 2.5 like I was doing, and keep messing around. But to find the y-intercept, I make x be 0. And there it is. So that's how to do it on a calculator. If you're doing it in Desmos, again, you just type in y equals this, and then you'll go, when that equation is highlighted in Desmos, you can go up to a gear up there, systems thing, and click on it, and it'll say, do you want to add a table? And if you click on the table, then you can start putting in numbers and finding out what the y values are. Okay. Now, if you have a more modern calculator like I have here, this doesn't work on the older ones. But this, typing in a fraction like this, if I come down here and I want to do it again, I can go alpha y equals, and this little menu comes up and it says I can put in a fraction expression. So I can choose that by pressing enter, and now I can just type the numerator in as 3x minus 8 and type the denominator of 4, and this will work just like this. Older calculators don't have that called pretty print, the ability to write it as a fraction like that. You have to write it like that on the older calculators. Okay.